Welcome back to Kenton and Habiba. It is Friday, December 6th, and we are live. A very impulsive, we are live. So say hello if you get on. I was busy editing your video for you, and I realized, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get that video on in time. So why not go live, right? And guess what? Kenton's in the kitchen, so might as well. Let's see what Kenton is making. And again, say hello. Oh, the Crystal Lorraine is on. Hi, Crystal Lorraine. I know you are definitely a dedicated subscriber because I always see your comments and I appreciate it. But yeah, I just thought a very unplanned, casual, let's go live. Are y'all eating dinner, or is it past your dinner time, or is it not quite dinner time yet? Anyway, Kenton's in the kitchen, and I just thought, let's hang out with Ken. Let's see what Kenton's cooking, and then let's have a little chat about current events or whatever you want to talk about. So I see about 13 of you are on, yes. Amaru Ismaila is on. Linda Curtis. Hi, Linda, or hi, Miss Curtis. Hello from Southern California. Oh, my goodness. So Southern California, it must be a few hours earlier, obviously, right? 3 hours? Are you guys 3 hours behind us? Because it's almost 7 p.m. here. And I imagine what? It would be about what, 4? And yeah. You see, the Crystal Lorraine says, you look like Rosie the Riveter. Cute. Yeah, I got on my headband, my bright red headband. It gives me the Christmas vibes. Natural hair, no makeup, hoop earrings. Just something I threw on. And yeah, so Xena Warrior Queen says, yay, caught a live. Yes, Xena, you caught a random live, a very unplanned live. Oslo Judaism was earlier called, all right, that looks like, what do you call it? Trolls. There's a couple of trolls that I don't recognize. Janet says, hi, Kenton and Habiba from Kingston, Jamaica. What? We got somebody from Jamaica on. What?
Hey, big news.
Big news what?
Direct flights from RDU starting February 12th to Jamaica,
Yeah.
Montego Bay,
Yeah.
and Dominican Republic. So now we can fly straight from RDU to
Oh, we
Jamaica.
couldn't do that before.
No, you had to go to Charlotte.
Okay.
You had to go to JFK and then transfer. And now it's direct flights from Wednesday and Saturday.
Okay, so why are we going? What are you telling them for?
Well,
They
we
don't
landed
live
up there.
They don't live in RDU.
No, but we do. That's what
We
I'm saying.
do. So
Yeah,
we
direct
going?
flights. Well, yeah, now I can.
All
Or
right.
you and your mother can go.
All right, let's see what Kenton is cooking, okay?
No.
Can we see what you're cooking?
No.
All right, I'm going to turn the camera to you. I want to see. I don't know what we can see on the screen. All
I
right.
see a mess. That's what you see.
All right, what we got here?
All I'm making is just a quick stir fry. A double fried chicken, seasoned chicken. Then you quickly deep fry.
Okay.
All right, season, so spices. And then you
So
go.
that was chicken from fresh raw
breast,
chicken
yeah.
that you sliced.
Then spice with chili crisps and adobo.
Okay, look at them, not me.
Look
at them.
They're there. I can't help it. I've always been looking at you. So
Okay.
anyways, and then once you quick deep fry
Right.
and to crisp it out, and then you go ahead and then you stir fry some onions, and then you go ahead and put the deep fried chicken in. That's where the double fry comes in, and then you use sweet chili. Now this brand here is gluten-free.
Right, we use this quite a bit. I really like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
the sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, it's from the Philippines.
Okay,
Philippines. So, but it's gluten-free. It's one of the few ones that. So for
right.
those,
What's in it?
It's just sweet chili. So basically, it's just sugar, water, red chili, vinegar, garlic, and salt. So that's not much. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not like,
Right.
there's no gluten, no wheat.
It kind of reminds me of like when you buy sweet and sour chicken from the Chinese store, you know, because we stopped eating Chinese food. I can't tell you the last time I ate Chinese food. It was giving me so much stomach ache because, of course, they coat the food or coat their like General Tso's chicken in flour, regular flour. And this is way before I realized I could not do gluten. Anyway, the point is that is like the best substitution for making like General Tso's chicken style or sweet and sour chicken. So let me go back to Ken. So right now, what you're sauteing
The
onions?
Yeah. You just
Okay.
do simple saute the onions.
Right.
You caramelize them, and then you throw in the chicken, and then you put in the sauce, and that's it. It's real simple. So it's something quick. You know, you
I'm
don't
gonna
have to
turn
do.
off this vent for a minute.
Yeah. So it's just something quick. So you can do that for the whole family, and it doesn't cost as much. It's more expensive to eat out,
Right.
you know, because now, especially Chinese, used to be Chinese was cheap, right? You can just go and get it. That's what's one
Right.
thing.
I don't know. I don't
No.
even know the cost of Chinese
It's
food
like
anymore.
$20 now,
Really?
just for takeout.
Wow.
You know? And so now it's just easier to do it this way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then steamed vegetables, you know, just
Right.
steamed
We're just
broccoli.
doing some broccoli.
That's it. Simple.
And then what about carbs? Not that
Oh.
we need the carbs, but what are we eating for carbs?
Well, you can do, you know, standard rice, brown rice. You want to substitute with brown rice, quinoa. You know, any type of, you know, healthy
Right.
versus just the white rice. But that's what you would do with carbs.
Cool. All right. Let me say hello to a few people.
Yep.
Farther O'Biden, he says, hi, I'm Indians. I'm not really sure what that means. Oh, someone says MSG. Right. The other reason exactly that I kind of avoid eating out like that is the MSG. But truthfully, you know, I know that MSG can be associated with a little bit of bias or racism attached to it for those that assume MSG is only Asian food, when in fact, MSG is actually used in a lot of American
Yeah.
food and
Yeah.
basically any processed food. There's a chance that there might be MSG in it. So you just have to look at on the ingredients. A lot of times it's called something else or they try to hide it. So, and I know there's a lot of controversy. Some people think MSG is fine, some people don't. All I know is it gives me headache.
Yeah,
It gives
so
me headache.
the
I don't feel good
the
when I
bottom
have
line,
it.
Your food choice is personal.
Right.
So if it's something that doesn't make you feel good,
Right.
or it affects your health, don't do it.
Right.
Right, and then all
Right.
these attributions, that's a debate for another time. But the
Right.
most important thing is what's healthy for you.
Right. All right. So someone says you guys are beautiful. Nahom Halu. I'm butchering some of these names. Camille Isaac says hello from St. Martin. Hello, Camille. And Hot Grown says hi, greetings, Sister Habiba from Yard. My respect. I imagine she must be Jamaican. The Crystal Lorraine says, looks like you've stopped broadcasting. Oh my Lord, I hope not. Are we back on?
It's just live on it.
Yeah, it says live, right? I can see at least 79 people are on. Someone says, what is his profession? He's a profession of a lot of things. What is your profession, boo?
Human being. I'm a trained lawyer, and I teach constitutional law, First
Okay.
Amendment rights.
All right, there, that was your response. And he's a professional husband and professional father.
and entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. What? What is somebody up there saying bra size? What is that?
Oh, that's for me. I'm small. I'm an A cup.
What do you call that? You got like these trolls that be
Yeah,
on here just
yeah.
writing such
Just write stuff,
foolishness.
yeah.
Just foolishness. Absolute
But
foolishness.
I'm trying to work up.
So
to the food.
hot. What? Whoever Sandeep Kumar is, you better get off. Get off.
That's right.
Is he white? Ricky P says. Are you white, Kenton?
Am I white?
I guess we're going to get some random questions tonight.
Am I
Are you white?
What difference does it make? Do I look white?
I don't know. Maybe somebody thinks you look
What
white.
if I am? What difference does it make?
I know. I don't know. It doesn't make any
No,
difference.
I'm mixed.
He's mixed. We're all mixed. I'm mixed culture, mixed black, he's mixed race and culture, okay? His mama is from Vietnam, and his dad was from Nebraska, United States. So his dad was white, and his mom because she's alive, very much alive, she's Asian from Vietnam. But she's, yeah, Americanized, and Kenton pretty much just feels like an American, like any other American, or is an American.
I feel like an American.
Well, I don't know, I'm trying to.
That's why this whole thing is ridiculous. When
Yeah.
people sit there and try to pigeonhole you and stuff like that, this is what it is. When you travel outside the United States, you will quickly find out you're American. That's all it takes. So to sit there, what is that? In America, we sit there and we dice each other.
Well, I don't even think this person's American.
That's probably it too, yeah.
Yeah, it may not even be an American that was asking that question.
Right.
But bottom line is, we are a multicultural family
Right.
that is American, okay? Yep. And let's see, Sandeep Kumar is still up there with the bikinis and the whatever.
Dude,
Linnell-
off, man. Let's go someplace, troll someplace else.
Lennar Vital says, hello, y'all. Hello from Nova Scotia, Canada.
Oh,
This
cool.
is Hope. Happy Vlogmas number 5. Yeah, I don't know if this is number 5 or number 6. I know I missed a day,
So
but I'm
stop that.
trying.
You're keeping track.
I'm trying, yeah. Well, it's kind of easy to stay on track with because it corresponds with the day of the month.
Right.
Today's what, the 6th?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
but you said you missed the day.
Yeah, I did miss a day in terms of uploading, but technically, it should be like Vlogmas Day 6.
Oh.
All right, let's see Kenton's chicken. That chicken is looking good. That chicken is looking good. I could be African right now and just put my hands in because I'm not afraid of the heat. Kenton's always afraid of getting burnt. I'll wait till you're done, though.
Right.
I'll wait till you're done. Yeah. So anyway, on current events, you know what's fascinating right now? And I'm sure many of you are fascinated or intrigued by that whole shooting that happened. Of course, it's a very unfortunate event. You know, the CEO to what?
United
Health. Yeah, United Health.
Healthcare.
United Healthcare that got killed or gunned down, right? Now everyone seems to be totally intrigued with trying to find the killer. That shooting that happened in New York City. I guess he was there for a conference.
Yeah.
And he got gunned down in the street or on the sidewalk, you know, and there were people there. I mean, it's just crazy how brazen he was, but it also just has me thinking like he must have been a professional. I don't know, that's my opinion. I just think he was a professional hired killer. It just seems like, how could a regular person who just had a chip on his shoulder do such a thing? Now, that's a complete separate subject, but I was also, you know, thinking about how it really has raised the whole issue about the disparity in healthcare and how corrupt and how unfortunate it is for so many people when it comes to insurance and how the insurance companies don't like to pay. You know, you pay so much for insurance, and you know, when it comes to paying up, the insurance companies, when you get sick, don't want to pay up. And I know that might seem kind of weird coming from someone who's a doctor, because sometimes people just assume that all of these problems are because doctors, you know, are responsible, or doctors make so much money and X, Y, and Z. But no. The insurance companies are the ones making the big money, and the CEOs of all of these hospitals a lot of times. And so I just think that even though this was an unfortunate event, it, to me, is a good thing that maybe now we're going to start talking a little bit more about, you know, again, the disparity, the inequity that exists amongst healthcare, you know. So anyway, I wanted to know your thoughts. Someone's saying hello from Maryland. Ricky P says you're a doctor. Shock! You didn't know? Then you must be new on this channel. You're a doctor? Yes, I am a U.S. licensed
yeah.
doctor who just happens to be a little crazy enough to decide to be a content creator. I'm an internist, went to school, went to college here
Yeah,
in the U.S.
Yeah, we met at Cornell University.
Right.
So you attended Cornell University.
Right.
And then attended MUSC.
Went to medical school in Charleston, so went to residency in New York, had a solo practice, worked for a hospital system, did solo practice, hospital system, worked for VA, so I've had a whole other life outside of content creation. So yes, but hopefully that answers you. Anyway, back to the subject of the Unitedhealthcare CEO getting gunned down and how they're looking for the killer. Hopefully you guys have seen that story, right? Wanted to know, Kenton, your thoughts on the subject of health insurance and, not necessarily about the killing, but about health insurance in general.
Well, just to give people background, because again,
Right.
we have a lot of new subscribers. So thank you, new subscribers. And again, make sure you also refer and like. We're about 3K short of 100,000 subscribers.
Right.
So it'd be great for us to get over that number. So as a team, refer and like and subscribe. That'd be fantastic to get us push that before the end of the year. So that's just a little goal.
Right. But even if it doesn't happen,
Yeah,
it's
it does
okay.
happen.
It's
But again,
okay.
it's
But
just-
it'd be nice.
But it's a celebration because we want to thank all of you for,
Right,
for
right.
that, for your support. So just my background is, like I said, Biba's actually has been a physician over 2 decades, 20 years. So really private practice for over 15 years. And I worked as a practice administrator with her. So I did all the claims and so forth. And then I also worked in UNC Health for over 7 years in compliance, claims and billing and all that sort of stuff. So, but the bottom line is that all I can say is that, yeah, the insurance companies have a tremendous amount of power. They dictate and determine how much is paid, and they, in many ways, make it very difficult for doctors to do what they want to do. I'll give you a good example.
Right.
We had a practice that the doctors always did vitamin D tests because they had older patients. And Habiba can talk more about it, but vitamin D is very critical, especially for mental function stuff, especially in older adults.
Right. A lot of people, actually, a majority of the population don't realize that they have a vitamin D deficiency. And vitamin D deficiency is very important because obviously it's related to your bones, to your calcium absorption, but also vitamin D deficiency, especially during the wintertime now, can give you or attribute to depression. A lot of times people don't realize that part of the reason they feel moody and down is because they have a vitamin D deficiency.
Right.
And Black people or people with dark skins tend to also be, more likely at risk, because the great thing about our skin or our dark skin is it protects us against the sun. We have melanin, but on the other hand, it also blocks the absorption of the sun and also the absorption of vitamin D. So Black people tend to have a higher propensity towards vitamin D deficiency. And I urge anyone who has a doctor, hopefully you do, or seeing a doctor, that you have your vitamin D levels checked if you haven't already yet. Not to segue too much, but yeah, there was
No,
one year
exactly.
where I totally was just upset, crying quite a bit. I had reason to, but I totally did not realize how low my vitamin D was until I went to see a doctor. And then it turns out that, I needed prescription strength vitamin D. So there is over-the-counter vitamin D, which is a lower strength than the prescription strength. And sometimes you might need the prescription strength vitamin D, depending on what your labs show. Anyway, back to...
Yeah, exactly. And so these doctors, just like you, Biba, in your profession, decide that these patients need vitamin D. Well, guess what? The insurance company denied those vitamin D claims. Mm-hmm. And so I was part of a team at the health system to fight to try to get those covered. And so they would get rejected. And the thing is, if they reject those claims, guess what? Either the doctor has to either lose because someone has to pay for that cost. So,
Right.
so either the doctor loses and covers that cost, or it gets passed on to the patient. Okay, and the whole point is that this was a professional decision. It wasn't because they were making money off of it. They were prescribing it for the exact reasons you were talking about, because their practice happened to be primarily older patients or
Right.
people of color, and so they were making these. And so this is just a small example, but it shows you that's the kind of I call medical interference. Is that you have people making decisions based on money and
Right.
not what's best, and then they try to tell you this for best practices, but it's best practice for them. And then the interesting, I also noticed is that working in claims is that near the end of the year, insurance companies, their fiscal year, increase the level of denial. It's like one of those things. It's like, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's like, it's always convenient how certain time of financial periods when
Right.
claim denials would increase. So, and that's the thing. And they would deny it, but they know what they're doing. And
Right.
they have it. So that's why it's just, it's part of that conversation that we have one of the most expensive healthcare costs in the
Right.
world for civilized countries and the worst outcomes.
Right.
So all this talk about corporatization, and part of it is, and I, as an advocate, say is because the argument is that, well, the move towards corporatization of healthcare was supposed to drive down costs. It's done the opposite. And you also see a disparity where those that are actually taking care of patients, doctors and nurses and so forth, their pay has actually diminished. And then CEO pay and
Right.
administration pay has dramatically increased, and almost many systems mirror private CEOs.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So again, not a fan of Trump. Y'all already know that. But then he would be correct, I guess, when he talks about how the U.S. has some of the worst healthcare system and how he thinks by,
Yeah, but his solution,
like JFK
no,
or
but his solutions, yeah. But see, this is the thing. He's just stating the obvious.
right,
It's not any. You can state the obvious, like I just said. Our outcomes are worse.
right,
But the point is, there are some things that we do well, which is research and so forth. But we
Right.
still don't get good outcomes, which is part of it is delivery. But everyone also wants to go and blame doctors and nurses and stuff on
Right.
the front line. But who's behind them is that no one's looking at the suits. They're
Right.
the ones that are making decisions that tie up doctors and nurses' hands. So let's get real about that. But the thing is that you got to look at what his solutions are.
right.
So come on, you know.
So you're not that supportive of people like JFK and his plans.
Hell no, JFK. No, man, that's a disaster waiting to happen. That guy's a mess. I mean, come on, let's get out of here. It's like these are not solutions.
Right.
You know, he's
His
just
is pretty much like cut down, get rid of, get rid of, get rid
but
of.
He's going to actually against science and
Right.
NIH, CDC. I mean, these are the. Anyways, he's anti-research. I don't get behind any of that. Okay, it's the same reason why you have now outbreaks of measles. Anyways, we're going off topic.
Right.
The whole point of the matter is that we should do a specific segment about what to do if you got your claims denied, how to be your best advocate, and how to work on a system that sometimes can work against you. I think that's a critical thing because again, that's what makes healthcare so confusing and stuff. Is because again, and you feel alone. Is that how do you work the system? How do you make it? And they make it so difficult.
Right.
You know, trying to figure out how to get paid, how to do this. You have so many players. And I think that's one of the critical things, just like with anything, is how to make it work for you and your family, right? And so I think that's an important thing to talk about. But again, this raises the issue.
Yeah.
This issue's been around for a long time.
Right. But it definitely raises it now in
But you know
a
what's
very
interesting?
different.
But what's interesting, after he got killed, all of a sudden,
Right, yeah,
all these
talk about
healthcare
that.
systems, all these insurance companies, they had a plan to basically start denying certain procedure stuff, and one of them was paying for anesthesia. So get this. So the concept was that if you know billing, you know everything has a code, right? So anesthesia code is based upon time increment. And so what happens is that then you bill it based on time increment. So if you have a certain procedure that's on average, say like knee surgery or something that you have to have general anesthesia, and say it takes an hour.
Right.
But you know, all patients, we're not all cookie cut, right?
Right. Sometimes it's going to be a longer procedure. Sometimes it's going to be shorter.
Sometimes there might be complications.
Right.
The whole point is that the goal is the doctor is going to take care of the patient first.
Right.
So So they're going to do whatever. They're not going to prolong the procedures just to make money. They're there because they know that's a higher risk, and they're not going to jeopardize their license and their
Right.
livelihood for a couple of dollars. So the whole thing is that they're going to take care of the patient, but sometimes you run over.
Right.
The insurance company came up with the idea is that they're going to go and restrict that. If the a standard procedure is 1 hour, if it goes over 1 hour, they're not going to pay for the anesthesia.
Which is crazy.
Right?
Absolutely crazy.
Think about that, right? And that was going to go into effect in January. Blue Cross, Unitedhealthcare, all these ones, and that way they follow each other. It's like dominoes,
Right.
So sometimes you start thinking they're in cahoots with each other. So they're going there. All of a sudden he died. All of a sudden they start saying, "Oh, we're not going to do that anymore." How convenient, interesting,
Right. After the shooting. After the shooting, a lot of these,
But they say,
insurance
that's
companies
all coincidental.
are probably a lot nervous.
No,
a lot scared.
But this is the thing. And again, it's a terrible, horrible thing.
Yeah, it's
you can't
horrible.
condone murder and stuff like that.
Absolutely not.
But I'm telling you, people are on the edge. It's because you have, again, so much pressure,
Right.
cost-wise and stuff, that people are just making bad decisions because they're out of frustration. And you also have such inequity between the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
Right? We have rules where we sit there and we get this social contract that, like, if I do the right thing, I work hard, I can take care of my family, I'll leave something better for my future generation.
Right.
But now it's not the case. And they say the quality of life now is less than the previous generation.
Wow.
It is.
Horrible.
Matter of fact, the study just came out is that we've lost actually 2 to 3 years of lifespan, and a lot of it is preventable. The 4 top causes of death is cardiovascular,
Right.
cancer. Well, actually, cancer is number 4, but the other 2, car accidents and handguns.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was looking at some of these comments here. Someone said, Linda says, yes, Blue Cross talking about change some things. Right. Costa K says the 99% is getting restless. Someone else says, I think it takes personal responsibility for your health. Doctors are like our last resort. People in America are totally unhealthy.
Well, yes and no. See, this is the thing. They say you take personal responsibility. But the thing is that there are some things, like, for example, if you have an accident. So let's go back to the anesthesia thing.
Right.
You have an accident, you go into surgery.
Right.
And it takes longer, and the insurance doesn't cover it. Do you blame the person for the accident? I mean,
Right.
see, this is the thing.
Basic stuff. I see you. I see you. What do you say to that?
What?
No, that's the person who made that comment. I'm calling them out.
Yeah.
Right. You can, we do need to take personal responsibility when it comes to our diets and
Yeah,
when it
but
comes to risky choices we make.
Yeah, but we live in systems. See,
Right.
this thing, so what happens is that it's a balance. Yeah, you have personal responsibility, but your personal decisions is also interfacing with systems. So, for example, if you live in a food desert and you don't have the economic opportunities, say a rural area,
Right.
how do you make healthy choices?
Right.
Right? See, so many times what happens, people use the personal responsibility as a way to then excuse systemic harm.
Right.
Right? So again, you have to analyze it on various levels.
None of us live on an island.
Right.
We're all basically
For example,
interfacing with a lot of different.
And so let's use concrete examples, because I love it when people throw stuff out, because students do the same thing. It's not because they,
Right.
but they're students, so it's understandable. They don't
Right.
know. It's different when someone else talks and act like they know. So it's the same thing. For example, we have patients, and we tell them, eat better, right?
Right.
But if they don't have the economic ability, because the cost of fresh food, fruits, and vegetables are higher
Right.
than cheap stuff, because it's designed that way, right? So it's cheaper to buy a box of cereal than to then go out and try to get fresh vegetables and fruit, or it's
Right.
harder to do that. Or the same thing, if they have to make a choice between that and their medicine.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, people have to make these hard
Tough
decisions.
choices. Right.
especially
It's not that easy for everyone.
That's easy that's the thing. You got to meet people where they are. It's so easy, because I can walk around and say, like, oh, well, you got a problem. Oh, you're large, you're fat. Oh, that's because you're disgusting. You made a bad decision. But what if it's genetic? Or what if they have a glandular problem or a thyroid problem? What about that? What if they have a metabolic issue? it's so easy to blame individuals instead of
Well,
trying
it's a
to.
combination of
Yeah, it's a
factors,
combination
and
of factors,
sometimes
yeah.
it's education.
It's education
And
too,
also access,
yeah.
and also.
Knowledge,
Right,
made
you
it
know,
it's like cooking, how many people can actually cook their own food versus go eating out? Or you
Right.
go to the store,
Right.
again, making those type of choices. So it's both. It's not saying you're all wrong, but again, you got to be careful.
All right, basic stuff says those with self-control will always do better than those without. And that goes for sexual self-control, which used to be an issue in my day and age. What?
What is this talking
What
about?
does sexual
What are you talking about?
self-control got to do with this
food.
right now?
Right. Right. Well,
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy.
I don't
All right,
know.
we see where your mind's at.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wrong
okay. Wrong channel.
I think you're on the wrong channel. I think you're on the wrong channel.
Right. Hope says healthy food can be expensive for some. True. Xena Warrior says that's a very privileged point of view. Linda Gray says I have self-control over chocolate. Well, I don't. I'm still trying when it comes to chocolates. Basic stuff says teenage pregnancy. Why do you guys get all weird with a simple comment? That fake outrage is boring, very liberal.
Who's he talking about?
I don't know who this man is talking to.
Who is
This must be a troll, another troll. That's all I can say, basic stuff.
Fake outrage about what?
Fake outrage?
About pregnancy? What are you
No,
talking
because
about?
earlier the whole comments when he made about the sexual control, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, maybe they're responding to that.
Yeah, I guess.
I
I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Someone says I have self-control when I'm asleep. LOL.
Oh, so,
Linda Gray. I think that one needs to have self-control what he puts on the internet. Right.
So I guess we're.
Basic stuff. Again, this person is still here. I'm gonna do you guys get your feelings hurt too much. Very odd. This has nothing to do with getting our feelings hurt.
Wait, what are we talking about? I don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't know what this person.
See, this is how someone hijacks the conversation.
Right.
They throw something in there that's not relevant, and then basically do this whole thing, and then draws people into this conversation. We weren't even talking about that. We went from healthcare to healthy eating.
Right.
So how do we go to sexual control? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. So, but hey,
Anyway.
that's what life is, right? You just kind of
Right. You never know what you're gonna get.
But this is the thing, that the power, you want self-control power is? The power to ignore.
Right.
So let's move on to something that makes sense.
All right. Well, honey, have you done with the cooking?
Yeah, I'm done.
Let's see what you got. Okay, our chicken looks good, right? It almost looks like something I would have found. Oh, I'm not even looking at it. That's the thing sometimes. It looks good. It looks profesh. And then we got the steamed broccoli.
Yeah, it's steamed.
For those that are going to critique that we're not being healthy, I don't know. Anyway, y'all, it was fun hanging out with you. I want to eat. I'm going to go eat. We're going to eat now. Is it cold where you're at? Because it's really cold here, right, Boo?
It's about 20.
Wow, it's about 20 degrees, and we are in North Carolina. I don't know why it's not snowing yet. It really is cold enough to snow, but we haven't
dry.
had any snow. It's
Cold and dry.
Right. So, yes, people, thank you for hanging out with us. And for those that asked about Kenton and what we do or what he does, now you know. Okay? So thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to definitely try to have a recorded, edited video for you tomorrow for this Vlogmas, because I'm really trying. really trying. So I will see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Say bye,
Thanks, guys.
boo-boo.
You guys are the best. Appreciate you all.
Bye.